Hello everyone, and welcome back to Kutikatas, a podcast where we bring you enchanting stories from Hindu culture, Indian folklore, and timeless parables filled with magic, adventure, and life lessons. Are you ready for today's tale? Let's begin! Before we begin today's tale, let's start off with 3 ohms. Take a deep breath in, and when you exhale, say Om for as long as you can. Krishna and Putana. Before they lifted mountains, defeated asuras, and guided worlds with their wisdom, they were children. Curious, playful, naughty, but divine. We will jump into the next episode in our series Ananta Leelas, Little Divine Mischief. Last week we heard about the cruel King Kamsa and the magical story of how little Krishna was born. If you haven't listened yet, make sure to check that out first. When we left off, Kamsa had tried to harm Devaki's 8th child, but instead, the baby transformed into none other than Goddess Durga, who warned him that the real child was safe and alive elsewhere. Do you want to know what happened next, and how Kamsa tried once again to destroy little Krishna? Let's dive into the story of Putana, the fearsome Rakshasi, sent to harm our favorite Krishna. Our story today begins not with laughter or joy, but with a king in tears. King Kamsa, who once had been cruel and heartless, now sat in the jail with his head bowed low. He had imprisoned his own sister, Devaki, and her husband Vasudeva, all because of a prophecy that Devaki's son would bring him his end. But after years of harshness, Kamsa's heart trembled with regret. Kamsa removed the chains and in a soft, broken voice begged, "Devaki, Vasudeva, forgive me. I was blinded by fear. You loved me as family, yet I treated you as enemies. Can you ever forgive a brother who has wronged you so deeply?" Devaki kindly said, "Kamsa, fear can turn even the kindest hearts cruel. We forgive you, but you must remember, the path you walk depends on whom you choose to listen to." Vasudeva nodded in agreement and said, "Good advice can lift a king, bad advice can destroy him. Choose wisely, Kamsa." But outside the prison walls, Kamsa's wicked advisors whispered in his ears, "Great king, do not soften your heart. The prophecy still holds true. That child, Devaki's 8th son, is alive somewhere hidden away from Mathura. If you do not act now, your throne and life will be lost." Kamsa's eyes, once damp with regret, hardened again. The seed of fear was watered by their poisoned words. "You're right. I cannot take chances. Find me someone powerful enough to end this child before he grows." And so the advisors brought him to Putana, a Rakshasi with magical powers. She could take the form of a beautiful woman, but her heart was filled only with evil. Meanwhile, in the village of Gokul, joy filled the air. Baby Krishna giggled in Yashoda's arms, his tiny anklets jiggling as he kicked and cooed. One day, Nanda traveled to Mathura to pay his yearly taxes. When Vasudeva heard that his dear friend was in town, he quickly went to meet him, hoping for just a glimpse of news about little Krishna. Nanda's face lit up as he happily shared stories of the baby's sweet smiles and how Krishna was adored by all in Gokul. Vasudeva listened with joy, but his heart ached that he could not be with his own child. Before Nanda left, Vasudeva gently warned him, "Be watchful, my friend. Danger may be closer than you think." With those words in his heart, Nanda prayed all the way home, asking the Lord to always protect little Krishna from harm. But danger was already on its way. Putana had agreed to Kamsa's order. Disguised as a beautiful woman with sweet perfume and gentle smiles, she walked into Gokul, pretending to be a kind visitor. The villagers, fooled by her graceful appearance, welcomed her. Yashoda, tired from caring for Krishna, didn't suspect anything when Putana offered to help. Putana lifted baby Krishna in her arms. Her eyes gleamed with wicked intent, for she had smeared poison on herself, hoping to kill the child as he fed. But little Krishna was no ordinary baby. As soon as he fed, his little hands clutched Putana tightly. Instead of harming him, Krishna's divine energy began to drain her life force. Putana shrieked, her disguise melting away. She grew larger and larger, her demonic form towering over the village like a dark cloud. The earth shook, birds scattered, and the villagers screamed in fear. But Krishna remained calm, still clinging to her with little hands. With one last cry, Putana collapsed to the ground. The villagers rushed forward. To their amazement, Sri Krishna sat laughing, unarmed on the top of the giant Rakshasi, as if nothing had happened. The people of Gokul innocently danced and prayed, grateful that little Krishna was unarmed, not realizing he was none other than Lord Vishnu. So, what is the moral of this story? This story reminds us not to be fooled by appearances. Sometimes what looks gentle and kind on the outside can be dangerous on the inside, just like Putana. It also shows us how important it is to listen to the right guidance, because bad advice can lead even good people down the wrong path, just like it did with Kamsa. Wow, the Leelas of little Krishna amaze me every time. Until next time, keep learning and keep smiling. Hari Sharanam.